Hi everyone, and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to make a really fast and easy meal, and I'm making vegetable beef soup. Now, in this pan I have a pound of stew meat cut into chunks, and what I usually do is make a roast, eat it one night, and then the second night I would cut it up and make my vegetable beef soup. But we didn't have a roast, so I'm just starting from scratch. Now, I'm going to read this off to you. This is a full recipe. Today I'm not doing a full recipe. It's very big recipe. And you can mix and match and do whatever you want, whatever your tastes are. So this calls for 2 pounds of beef roast cut into pieces, and that's what I did. I cut my own stew meat. 1 onion, frozen mixed veggies, or whatever veggies you guys like. You could put fresh in, doesn't matter, but if you're going to use fresh, I would wait till about a half hour before the total cooking time, because sometimes fresh just gets broken down if you cook them for this long of a period. You're also going to use the frozen mixed veggies, 2 potatoes, 2 14-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. Sometimes I don't use those at all. It depends on my mood. I am going to use roasted fired tomatoes today because I have them, I need to use them, and because I don't have a roasted red pepper. So I usually put 1 roasted red pepper in here. So then you're going to do 2 14-ounce cans of beef broth. Now, sometimes that's not enough. You need to eyeball it and see where your liquid comes up in your pan, and then we can kind of mix and match with that, and I'll explain more with that later on. Then you need 2 small bay leaves, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder or 3 cloves of minced garlic, 4 cups of V8 juice. Now this is to your liking. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and 1 tablespoon of Italian seasonings, salt and pepper to taste. So let's get started. So I'm just going to throw my veggies in. And this is a small pack. It's one of those steamer packs. It's not a full frozen pack that you usually get. This is my 4 cups of V8 juice. My tomatoes, and if you don't like tomatoes or whatever in here, you can just use sauce or more V8, whatever you like. Now, I usually don't like chunky tomatoes in my soup, but I think these will break down enough when they cook that I'll be able to like it enough. Here's my 1 bay leaf. Here is my onion and fresh garlic. We're going to do Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to use about 1/2 tablespoon. Just eyeball it, you guys. You can't mess up soup. I promise. This is a really good starter meal. You cannot mess up soup. And then I'm going to do the same, 1/2 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, maybe a little less. I'm not really big on that. Salt to taste, pepper to taste. Okay, now, calls for the beef broth, and I have an open stock I have here, but broth or stock, I usually use stock in my soups because it's a richer flavor. So I'm just going to add this because I have it and I need to use it. And then what I'm going to do is, I have this, and I've never tried it before. It's collagen simple starter for one-pot meals, hearty beef sauce. I'm going to try it in this and see how it goes. I'm thinking it's along the lines of a richer broth. So I will let you know at the end how it tastes, but look at how beautiful that is. It's nice and rich. Don't think I'll add the whole thing right now. Let me just grab a spoon here and a spatula, and now you're going to mix it all together. It smells delicious. Okay, so now what I wanted to show you was, this is plenty of liquid in here right now. In fact, I think it might be just a hair, maybe a 1/2 cup too much, but I'll eat it, it doesn't matter. So now what you're going to do is, you're either going to cook this on 5 to 6 hours on low or 3 to 4 hours on high. I'm going to do mine on high. Mine might take a little bit longer because my stew meat is not cooked. Alright, so my soup is done, and I have to say this simple starters for one pot meals just added a depth of flavor to this that just put it over the top. Also, if you're using a raw meat instead of the cooked meat before, you could brown it before you put it in the soup. I find you don't need to. It all cooks up the same. And the fire roasted tomatoes were really good if you don't have the roasted red peppers. So, I hope you guys like this. Please like, share, subscribe, and remember, you do you.